It is Ashley Fissenden from Notjustboxing, and I'm here with Dev Sahni. Dev, another fight week in Saudi Arabia.
Yes, Ashley. Yes, it is.
What a card. People are overlooking this one. I think it's hard selling it as a pay-per-view.
They should stop.
I know, but even when you look at like Sam Goodman, if you look at his last 10 opponents, so I will ask you questions. I'm excited about it. When you look at some of their resumes and who they've been in with, there's some well-matched fights. People are overlooking this.
He's a good fighter. He's unbeaten, and he was days away, I believe, from fighting Inoue, and then it got rescheduled, and then he had to pull out of that fight as well. So for him to, and he worked his way into a position to fight Inoue. It wasn't just Inoue wanted to fight this Australian fella. He was WBO, or he was ranked number 1 with a couple of governing bodies. So he's a proper fighter. He's a proper test, and Nick Ball has got his work cut out. You know, it's when Nick Ball comes here, he knows that he's got a proper fight, a proper test. Riyadh has kind of been, Liverpool is the city that made him, but Riyadh took him to the stars, gave him his world title, gave him that Ray Vargas fight, and now it's given him this kind of tricky Australian 20-0 fella coming to take his head off. It feels like a kind of Inoue sweepstakes, that fight, because Goodman has been linked, was meant to fight him, had to pull out, and Nick Ball and Inoue, they should fight at some point. Should Nick Ball keep winning? I think Inoue's going to keep winning. But it feels like he is Naoya Inoue is the elephant in the room of that fight.
Yeah, and Nick Ball fights like he's from Liverpool, doesn't he? He is so aggressive.
He fights like he is starving. That's how he fights. And yeah, look, I love him. I think he's one of the most entertaining fighters out there. He's so watchable. If you like watching Mike Tyson fight, as I'd imagine most people do, you're going to like watching Nick Ball if you haven't seen him yet. He is and
even though he's top of the food chain, he still fights like a contender.
Yeah, 100%.
You see some people, they get a bit relaxed. He's still walking around this week, raring to go.
Yeah, he's just got that about him. He's some people have inbuilt kind of motivation. It doesn't matter how rich he gets, how successful he gets, he's still getting up at the same time next morning and going for that run. It's just some fighters have it, some people don't. He's got it, and enjoy him while he's around. He's the only world champion from the UK. I don't like that's the case, but for Nick Ball, great, and let's get behind him, and hopefully he can come through and get that Inoue fight.
Yeah, it is tragic to say that he's our only world champion right now. We're in a lull right now as a sport, and even obviously for yourself working with Queensberry, we've got so many prospects on the way. Obviously, we'll talk about Moses in a second. There's so many things, good things happening, but we're lacking that star power in England.
It's going to come though. Like we're just in a kind of a phase where the older fighters are working their way out, they're retiring or fighting less, and the new guys are coming through, and you can see that Moses Itauma is headlining this weekend against Whyte, and that's very much the next generation. Hamza Shiraz, his star power has shot right up. Nick Ball there, the wrecking ball, it is coming. Let's just get behind these fighters coming through.
So let's talk about Itauma Whyte. First of all, Whyte, you've seen him in this shape.
Yeah.
We've never seen him as lean as this.
I know, and listen, he's playing it down. He's playing down how hard he's worked. He's played down what a threat that he is. He's talked about how Moses Itauma is this great Mike Tyson. Who am I? I'm just this little old me kind of thing. But you'll see on the scales on Friday just how much he wants to win. That's what we're going to find out, because I think he's put his heart and soul into this camp. I think that he has taken in the opinions of people saying that he's done and that he's finished and that he's got no chance, that it's a 2-round job for the young kid. And he's probably thinking, I'm Whyte. You understand who I am. I've only been beaten by Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury and Povetkin. And in that Povetkin fight, I was beating him up and I got caught. In the Joshua fight, I had him hurt and my shoulder went. Fury's Fury. But I just think there's not enough respect going on his name. I think he thinks that as well, and I think with his back against the wall, he'll come out swinging.
Definitely. And Whyte, people forget, he was ranked number 1 in the world for over 1,000 days.
Yeah.
which is
long time.
It must be a record for someone that didn't get their shot.
Yeah, I think he was number one longer than Robbie Williams that year. So yeah, if probably dated me that, probably aged me that. But yeah, look, he was number one for ages. He's had a hard life, mate. He's had a hard life. He's had to work hard. He's always had to push against forces who are pushing against him, and he always fights. He fights his way out of adversity in life and inside the ring. And yeah, he's had a hard come up, but he's here now. He's on the big stage, and this is the most important fight of his career, because really his career's on the line here. That's what it feels like to me. I think he knows that.
Yeah, and like you said, outside the ring, right? I'm pretty sure he's been shot, stabbed, and kidnapped. Is it pretty much all those things?
It's all happening, and it's the stuff it's stuff from gangster films. Basically, it's stuff that I would hope never happens to me, but I couldn't even fathom that kind of thing. And he became a father at such a young age. Like I've seen the story, you've probably seen the story as well, and it's a remarkable story. It probably shouldn't be it, but Moses Itauma has also had quite the come up as well. I know where he comes from, you know as well. Like that area of Chatham, Luton Road, is a difficult area. So to come out of that, he's the son of two immigrants. To come out of that, think of all that's come in against him. To get to this point, it's an achievement in itself. So Dillian Whyte's got a great story. Moses has a great story as well, and let's see how it all plays out.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it, because a lot of people, they've got this unrealistic expectation that every single fighter has to be like an Usyk. They have to be a Lomachenko, they have to be a whatever, right, or Golovkin. But people are forgetting that these guys that have come from nothing, that are on these main event bills, that are making all this money, like Moses is 20 years old, he's got his face on this taxi cruising around.
Yeah, and that's weird for him to see.
Yeah, you know, that's that seeing that star power and being moulded into something that, who knows how the next 10 years are going to go for him, but all of those things, you've already made a success of yourself. How many 20-year-olds are at university not even knowing what they're going to do for a job when they leave?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I think, what was I doing at 20? Yeah, I was also in that kind of. I didn't know what I was going to be doing. I had no idea. He knows exactly what he's going to be doing, and he's set his mind to it as well. And yeah, I love the come up. I like him a lot as a person. I think he's cold. I think he's cold. I think he's very, very focused, and these sorts of attributes can get you very far in your life.
Yeah, the only person I can relate him to out of anyone I've spoken to is Jaya Pataya.
Yeah,
they've just got that. There's no emotion there, whether they've won or they've lost. You know, whatever is going on there, like, you can't teach that. That's a mindset that takes you far. Like even like Beterbiev, right? I remember you trying to instigate between him and Bivol and stuff. It doesn't matter. They're going to go in there and they're gonna hurt you, and that's all they care about. And I love that. I love it. I love this cult, because also a lot of us nowadays, right, we're all trying to find that shit talker, that emotion, but I see both sides selling well. Like even Beterbiev's one-word answers, to me, that's just as good of a viral moment as someone that's got a good chat. Yeah,
and he has got good chat, Moses. And you've got to remember he's 20 years old. I don't think he's like one-word answers or anything like that, but he is 20 years old. He is he can be a bit of a deep thinker at times as well, and I think he's got lyrics. He's got bars. I think we're just going to see more and more. As the time goes on. What did Tyson Fury have the lyrics at 20 years old? Maybe he did. But did AJ have the lyrics at 20 years old? All these great heavyweights, what did they sound like at 20? Does Dillian Whyte sound like he does now? I don't think so. So I think we should take a little bit of pressure off of him to be this trash talker and all that. I think all of this could come as part of the journey over the next 15, 20 years, however long he goes on.
And we have to talk about this. I know you've probably been asked it by a few people already. Turkey's tweet instigating that he does want to see a Itauma Usyk at some point. And I have heard on the grapevine that is a potential possibility for the winner of this fight on the weekend. That Usyk could legit be next for Moses.
Who knows? I mean, I mean, I won't be making any decisions like that. I'll be watching on like you guys, and he's very well positioned with the WBO, clearly. So, you know, Frank, Francis, they are manoeuvring him in such a way, and when they decide it's time to pull the trigger, they'll pull the trigger. But before that, he's got the fight of his life on Saturday night, and all of this chat about Usyk, that could all disappear in the space of one Dillian Whyte left hook. So I think it's kind of one fight at a time.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself, as always. I say that to you every time I interview you. You always say something so good. That's going straight into a reel, by the way. Yeah. We'll collaborate on that one. But yeah, honestly, it's going to be a good week. I'll try and catch you near the end of the week when there maybe is a bit more drama or something. And
let's see
how it all unfolds.
I think I'm not sure what we're going to get out of Dillian and Moses. Like, I know Ade's done a face-off with them, and it feels like it was respectful. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting. We'll see at the presser. I think it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to try. I'll see what I can do. Where I think you may get some drama is David Adelaide and Filip Hrgović, because Filip Hrgović can't help himself. He can come across as quite arrogant in some of his answers, and he has been playing down the credentials of David Adelaide in the build-up to this fight, which Adelaide won't like. So hopefully we'll get something there.
Let's quickly touch upon David here. Obviously, he's had some amazing knockouts, he's had some great performances, then he's had some subpar performances. Yeah. People only judge you on your last fight. Jamie TKV was very negative. It was a tough watch for everybody, right? But do you not think... This is what I think. That's going to put a chip on his shoulder. I think that's going to make him the best David Adelaide possible. If he had smoked Jamie TKV in a round, I reckon he would probably be taking his foot off the gas a little bit more compared to what he's now got to prove to all these people. Because Hrgović has been spoken about by everyone as a top 5 heavyweight.
Yeah, not so long ago he was the boogeyman of the division, where the IBF was scratching around for someone to fight him, and everyone kept saying no, definitely not. What are you on about? No, everyone was saying no. But now he's in a good spot, coming off the great win against Joe Joyce, and David Adelaide is leaping up in levels here, and I feel we'll see that from him. It's not fear, but this will certainly have got him more nervous than Jamie TKV. He'll be more mindful of what's going to be coming back against Filip Hrgović. He just will. So it's a British champion jumping up to fight number 6, 7 heavyweight in the world. It's not the sort of leap you see every day, and I'm fascinated, absolutely fascinated by it. David Adelaide has got the power, athleticism. He's got a lot going for him in this fight. Filip Hrgović might have the best chin in heavyweight boxing. I've seen him take some big whacks and still keep coming back. Daniel Dubois would hit him with the kitchen sink, and it took a cut to actually end that fight, and he didn't go down. Zhang had him over. Seemed like a flash kind of knockdown. He's a tough man. So Big D's got his work cut out.
And Adam Booth as well.
Yeah.
If anyone's going to be the coach to get him to beat Hrgović, I think Adam Booth is the man.
Look, he's known Hrgović for many years, so if there is a formula as to how to beat him, maybe he unearthed it in the Booth gym a few years ago, but Hrgović will be a different fighter now to the fighter that Adam Booth knew back then, I think anyway. I might be wrong, but that's my feeling on it.
Brilliant. Well, Dev, thank you so much for your time,
No
and I'll catch you soon.
All right, see you next time.
Thank you.